What's up, guys? I just wanted to come on today to talk to you guys about New Year's resolutions and a few thoughts that I've started to formulate around the idea of New Year's resolutions. It's something that happens every year. You guys are in the gym, you see it January 1st. The gym is packed with people who are ambitious, trying to improve their lives and get back on track from falling off the wagon during the December month. So I just wanted to go over those ideas that I've started to pan out and hopefully give you guys some effective information that'll help you stick with any sort of long-term goals that you've set for yourself. So first off, when it comes to generating and structuring your New Year's resolution, I am a big proponent of creating goals. And I'm not just talking about putting them in your head, but literally writing them down, pen and paper. I think it's pretty empowering when you can actually put something on paper. Reason being, you hang that up in your room, your office, wherever it might be. The continual feedback of reading those goals and throwing them into your psyche is something that is going to be huge in the long term for keeping you on track. So again, anytime you start to veer off course, you can look at your goals and it kind of acts as a psychological course correct to make sure that you redirect yourself to being on track to meeting your goals. So that's the one reason I think you should write your goals down. The second reason I think writing your goals is beneficial is because it starts to create a vivid picture of where you want to be in the future. So as you write down your goals, there's something magical about actually putting pen to paper or fingers to a keypad that really helps a message to resonate with you more than just thinking over something. So when you guys go about writing out those plans, those goals for the future, try to be as detailed as possible. There's a very interesting study that's coming out of a couple schools out in Europe and some colleges in Canada where they created what is called a future authoring program. So what is the future authoring program? Effectively, it's a program where you write out your goals for 3, 5, 1, really doesn't matter, a couple years out in the future. And again, trying to be as vivid as possible in writing where your life could be if you allowed the best possible version of yourself to come forth. So the version of yourself that is consistent, hardworking, always doing the right thing. That is the person you want to write about in this 3 to 5 year plan, 1 year plan, whatever it might be. And again, we all kind of have that underlying ambition of who we want to be. And no matter who you are, you're not perfect. You have some aspirations to improve your personality, improve your habits, improve your lifestyle, your fitness, whatever it might be. So writing out a vivid plan essentially creates what we like to call this utopia or this heaven-like aspiration for yourself. And the more compelling, the more detailed you can write out this plan, the research shows that it has a much, much better chance of coming to fruition. So we build this plan, we structure this ideal for ourselves. That could be, losing weight, being consistent in the gym, improving our relationships with our family, significant other, improving our career. Your goals depend on you. So creating that idea of the perfect self. Now, the self-authoring program actually found that in a lot of these schools, they were able to drop the dropout rate by about 25%, grades improved by 25%, and in some of the Canadian colleges, they showed a 50% reduction in dropout rates by doing this self-authoring program, this future authoring plan. Now, that's not where the real magic is. So it's important to have the goals of who you want to aspire to be. But the real brilliance in this program is, yes, there is that idea, that goal, that motivation of what we're moving towards. But what the program also has you do is write out a worst case scenario. So it's kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 year plan of what your life would be like if you allowed the worst possible version of yourself to take control. So that version of yourself that is impulsive, that is idiotic, that is selfish, if you allowed that person to kind of take over, and we all kind of deep down know that version of ourselves, we're kind of ashamed to admit it, but that person is there. So what the program has you do is actually write out what your life would be like if you let that person come to be. And so not only are we narrating this future goal that we're aspiring to attain, but we're also creating a vivid picture of a living hell that we're trying to run away from. And that's where the real benefit of this self-authoring, this future authoring program comes from. Not only are we setting goals and aspirations for the future, but we're also mapping out the worst possible person we could be. And quite frankly, if you spend enough time detailing that iteration of yourself, the fear of who you could be is just as motivating, if not more motivating, than the aspiration of who you want to become. And so when you guys go about making your program, if you haven't done it already, you can add to it, really. You can add this idea of the worst possible future for yourself. So I'm sure a lot of you have already made those New Year's resolutions. This is just a small component, a small piece that you can actually add that's going to likely drastically improve the chances that you execute on your New Year's resolution. Okay? So it's this idea of mapping the worst possible scenario for your life. Sounds a little gloomy, sounds a little doomy, but the research, the evidence behind it is extremely compelling. Behavior interventions very rarely ever work, but this program seems pretty impressive. So you can just do this on your own. I'm also going to attach a link below that you can actually buy this program online. It's a couple bucks. It's like 10, 15 bucks. It might even be on sale for the New Year's. No affiliation for myself, sorry, no promo code, but I've done the program myself. I find it hugely beneficial. It's not easy. You got to sit down and really narrate your life and dive into it. So I'm going to attach it below. Let me know what you guys want to hear about. If you guys decide to execute the program, let me know how it goes, and keep training hard between the bumpers, guys.